Hi there, Ryan Rastall here for Golfshake.com. We are here at Howley Hall Golf Club where I am the head PGA professional. Today we've got two brand new putter series to talk about coming to you from COBRA Golf. Now, COBRA hasn't in the past been synonymous with making great putters, but we've got two new lineups here in the 3D printed series and the vintage series to take a look at. But before we do that, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. See loads more content from all of us here at Golfshake to help you play more and play better. Now let's take a better look at these two putter lines. So let's start with a 3D printed series. Now, many of you will have seen the video we did earlier on this year on the Super Sport 35 putter that came out as a bit of a concept design really from COBRA. You know, when I used it on the golf course, I thought it was absolutely fantastic. It felt great off the face. It was very different to anything that I used before. It's quite futuristic in its design. And this 3D printed series that has come out now is very, very much on the same theme. So I've got one here that's kind of an exploded head here. It's the Agera putter head, which is the sort of highest MOI, big footprint putter that they do in this range. And so we can see here, I've got this sole unit, which is, you know, it's obviously a solid metal material. It's got quite a bit of weight to it and gives that bit of stability and low CG to the putter head. But where COBRA have really made the innovation here is particularly with this. So this 3D printed nylon lattice effect cartridge that goes inside the head saves just so much weight when compared to the equivalent that would be there in steel or any other material that would generally be used in a putter. We've got this aluminium piece that goes on the top there as well, which is very, very light too and very thin. And when all these three pieces are put together, COBRA also use the tungsten weights in there too to really help move CG and weight away from the face, making this putter even higher MOI. So when you actually sit this down in the playing position, as you can see here, it gives you that appearance of we've got that kind of black against silver kind of look to the top of the golf club there. And also you can see by the way that it sits behind the ball, this is going to be one of those face balance designs that's really high MOI, very, very stable. And certainly when COBRA have tested this against some of the biggest players on the market, this comes out so much more precise when you get to those longer putting distances. So if we don't strike the middle of the face, we're still getting really good roll and control and holing puts at longer distances than some of its competitors. But the other major technology in here is this little baby. So we've got sick face technology in here, which we saw again in the Super Sport 35 when we saw it before, with the Descending Loft Technology. So 4 degrees in this top section, 3, 2 and 1. So if you're that player who hits up on the ball a little bit and maybe catches it out the bottom, so we would normally have more dynamic loft on the face when you catch it, which can make the ball jump off the ground and not roll very true. Well, this technology with having that 1 degree low in the face will actually get that ball launching lower for you and get the roll a bit true. The same can be said of that player who hits down on it, takes some of the loft off the putter, as we almost jam the ball into the ground. Now that 4 degrees on the top there is again going to get better launch conditions for you and get this ball rolling better. There are 3 head designs within this 3D printed family, so we can take a look at them here. We've got this one that I've just shown you in my hand, which is the Agera. We've got the Grandsport, which is very similar in its look to the Super Sport 35 that we saw last year, more of a blade type design. But then we've also got the Supernova, so the kind of fang shaped putter that a lot of you I know use, and certainly I've used from time to time in the past, that kind of high MOI stability kind of enhancing design that we see in there as well. Now We also do have the option in a couple of these models, so in the Agera and also in the bladed type design in the Grandsport, we've got the option of having the Armlock feature in there as well. Many of you obviously follow Bryson Dechambeau and have seen that he has the Armlock putter in there, has the sick face technology in his putter as well, and having that ability in here to be able to do that is obviously going to allow you to get the same kind of feel that we see with Bryson. COBRA also offer this in a one length option, so we would have it exactly the same length as your one length golf clubs. So basically you've got all the way from, it could be hybrid now, all the way down to your putter. All those clubs could be exactly the same length, so there's some great features in there. So what we're going to do now is get out on the putting green. We're going to hit a few with each of the 3 designs I've been sent here and give you a little bit of feedback as to how they perform. So when we move on to the vintage series of putters here, we've got slightly more classic and sleek looking designs with this really nice black finish on top of all the heads. We've got 4 more head options for us to have a bit of a look at, but the ones I've got here are the Nova 40 and the Stingray 40. So 40 stands for how much of a degree of toe hang they've got. So when we balance them there, we can see we've got that 40-degree toe hang on the putter. We have some models in this range where there are some slightly different toe hang options in there, and also we have weight kits that come with these as well, so we can adjust them as a bit of a custom option as well. But we have 4 different head designs in this: the Stingray, which I've got here, the Nova, the Torino and the Sport as well. So the Sport being that more traditional blade kind of look, Torino that kind of half moon mallet kind of look, Stingray this kind of high MOI large footprint putter, and then when we've got the Nova, it's more of that kind of fang design, which is very, very popular as well. Like I've alluded to just now, there are a couple of different toe hang options available in these. So when we look at the Vintage Sport, we've got that available in both 45 and 60-degree toe hang. So for those players who have that slightly larger arc in their putting stroke and need that bit more toe flow in there, there is a model in there to suit you as well. Similarly, when we look at the Nova design, we've also got that available in both face balance and also with a 40-degree toe hang as well, to really help that player who needs to square the face up a little bit. So in terms of the technology, quite different to the 3D printing story, where we're not saving too much weight in these heads with that kind of tech going on. We do have the adjustable weights in the sole there, but we still see the sick face technology in there as well, with that descending loft from top to bottom, 4, 3, 2 and 1 degree right down the bottom there. So we're still getting all those benefits that we see in the 3D printed series, but in a slightly kind of more refined and slightly more traditional looking package. We still have this fantastic COBRA grip with the Arccos sensor in the top of it, so that you can use COBRA Connect throughout your entire set of golf clubs now, and it's still all built in there as standard. So we're going to have a bit of a play around with these on the putting green here, and then we'll do a little bit of a kind of synopsis of them all at the end and kind of see exactly what we found. So having hit quite a lot of putts out here now with both of these different putter ranges, I kind of prefer the stability of the 3D printed range, so the heads stay very, very stable all the way through the stroke. I kind of like the feel more of the vintage ones, really. They feel a bit more solid off the face. There's a slightly higher pitch kind of noise that comes from the 3D printed ones, which some of you may absolutely love. For me, the vintage ones just felt that bit more solid and kind of more what I'm used to and what the kind of feel of the putters that I've used in the past kind of sound and feel like as well. It has to be said, the roll with both is fantastic. The distance control that I got with both was great as well. I really like the slightly bigger grips on them, apart from the Armlock model, which I'm sure I hope it comes across on camera just how uncomfortable I felt using that. It's something I've never used before. Not that I didn't know how to use it. I mean, the clue's in the name, locking it against your arm, but I just could not get the putter to sit how I wanted it to and kind of look good to my eye, and yeah, I'm sure I looked a little bit uncomfortable there on camera when hitting those putts with the Armlock putter, but certainly it obviously does come in a standard length as well, so it's definitely a model you should all go out and try. But yeah, for me, I thought the Vintage series just felt that little bit more solid, and that's kind of how I wanted the putter to feel. It's just a personal preference, really. I love the technology in the face, though. That sick face technology is great. It gets the ball rolling really, really nicely. Again, you could probably see that on the camera. The distance control I got with all of these was very, very good. Even from both long range and short range, I was getting it running at the hole and actually holding quite a few of the putts with both ranges of putter, really. But like I say, I always recommend you go and get custom fitted, properly have a look at these putter ranges in their entirety, see exactly which type is going to suit you, have a look at the type of toe flow that you need in the putter and the way you need it balanced as well, and any good PGA professional will be able to advise you on this and tell you exactly what type of putter is going to suit your stroke. So hopefully you've enjoyed that. I've absolutely loved getting out here on the golf course in the sunshine here at Howley Hall and testing them, and I'm probably going to get one of these out on the course, play a few games of golf with it, and hopefully give you guys a bit more feedback as to what I find when playing with it out there as well. But certainly it was great to test, long overdue to see a putter series come from Cobra, and hopefully this is the start of some great things to come. Hopefully you've enjoyed that video. Please leave some comments below if you want to know any more about them. Also give us your feedback. Do you like the look of them? Do you not like the look of them? Is this a putter that you are going to go out and try? Are you an absolute Cobra nut who really just wants to complete your set and put one of these putters in there as well? So yeah, give us some feedback on there. I hope to see you all very, very soon, and keep watching all of our content here on Golfshake.com and our YouTube channel to help you play more and play better.